It's the biggest event on the sporting calendar, a game watched by millions around the world, but just a few weeks ago, Singaporeans here weren't even sure if we get to see it. We're talking about the World Cup, of course, a subject of much controversy of late. Today, we'll discuss about the issues revolving around the World Cup and aim to get some closure. So I have with me in our studio, firstly, Gary Lim, sports writer for New Paper, and die-hard fans, Ben and Bruce. So firstly guys, did you have any doubts that we would get the World Cup?
I think when we last spoke at RJ's place and we discussed this, RJ was pretty sure that they'd come through in the end. I had my doubts. I honestly thought that it wouldn't happen, and it almost didn't happen until the government stepped in.
Like what Ben has mentioned, I actually had absolutely no doubts that we would not get, or we would actually didn't get the World Cup coverage, because I'm actually pretty confident that the government would have a say, because due to a lot of hoo-has before when the negotiation for the coverage rights was stalled, definitely there's no doubts about it.
Right.
Since Singapore is a football mad country, there's no doubt about that.
Right. And Gary, what was your reaction to it?
I always felt that it was going to happen. No World Cup in Singapore, that's quite unthinkable actually. Somehow, even if negotiations break down between the telcos and FIFA, I just feel that somebody will step in and do something about it. There's no way that no World Cup will be shown in Singapore.
Then came the second phase, which is the increase in the price. So Gary, how did you feel when you first heard about the increase in subscription fees?
I thought it was quite expected, right? Because they had to pay more for the rights. So naturally you have to pay more. It's just a question of how much more you have to pay.
Right.
So reasonable or not, I don't know. It's really quite subjective. It really depends on how much you're willing to fork out to watch the football.
Right.
Some people will say it's cheap. Some people will start boycotting.
Right, but they were billing it as $1 per game, huh? Did you feel that, like, this might set a precedent for what if in the future they keep increasing the price, and increasing?
That's a very interesting breakdown and analysis, but you can't really actually say that it's just only $1 a game, because you got to see as a whole package rather than you break down to each matches on its own. So I don't think that that's a very fair breakdown analysis, in my opinion.
Right. But what do you feel about the price increase? Is it justified?
Like what Gary has mentioned, it is expected, and for my case, once in every 4 years event, I think it's pretty acceptable.
The bigger issue here is, and I think this is why it's generating a lot of unhappiness and unpleasantness in a lot of Singaporeans, because it's not just about the value for money. Because to be very honest, I shouldn't be giving the telcos any ideas. They should do a layered package where you can buy a block, like what the early bird special, $70, and then I don't know how much it goes up to. But at the same time, do a match by match thing as well, because that way you'll get people in. Because people be tempted, I'll just watch one match or watch this match. After they start doing the match, I might as well just get the whole package.
Let's get a figure from each of you, starting with Bruce. How much would be too much?
Definitely more than $80. That would be too much for me.
Right. Okay. Ben?
For me, anything is too much, so we'll skip that bit and go to just a ballpark figure. I think maybe more than 150 would be too much.
Okay. And yourself, Gary?
I think 100 will probably be the maximum.
In the next clip, the guys talk about a Facebook group set up to encourage people to boycott the World Cup and how the telcos can better negotiate for the next World Cup.